you know, it's a warm up, I guess, for his hands, right?
Definitely.
All right, so in the top right, currently up 1-0 in the Best of 3 series as the Red Terran, it's Mao's Illusion.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner as our blue Zerg, we have a Yugioh.
I'm still kind of giddy over that, actually. Like, I retweeted at 4GG once a K-pop playlist because he asked for it and he like responded to me and I like saved it and put it on my Tumblr. A little bit of an overreactor, I guess.
Well, definitely casting for MLG, it gives a little more recognition by these players as we are casting for them.
Yeah. Neoplanet. Let's talk about the map a little bit after that amazing intro, I guess. So Neoplanet S definitely, it's good really for both players depending on what stage of the game it comes to. So Mutalisk, very good on this map because of the transition between the first and the third. Additionally, earlier medevacs before those Mutalisk, very, very good. So wouldn't be too surprised if Illusion tried to do Hellbat heavy drops again, or just drops in general.
Definitely. We see a very early drone out here. I don't know if he's worried about cheese or not coming from the Terran player, or he just wants to get an early read. That way he doesn't lose this match 2-0. The Overlord has an interesting flight path, actually. It flies right up and automatically veers off to the left just in case there is a Marine and he's not paying attention. This drone is going to float on up into the base, and there is no block.
Nope, no block. He's not too worried about it either. I mean, last time we did the 14cc, but I was obviously on Whirlwind, so it's way different on Neoplanet S, and a Reaper is definitely not unexpected here. It's a rather good map for Reaper. There's a lot of places to jump up, same with Blink Stalkers, not that we see Protoss. So, even if he didn't get the Drone Scout, he'd probably be prepared for Reaper.
Definitely, definitely. And we have the SCV chasing off the drone a little bit, and it looks like the drone's actually going to go ahead and just harass a little bit more. Just changing a couple of hits. The SCV, I don't think he's going to go for a supply depot there. Goes for the orbital command. Starts that upgrade. We do have our second hatch, just over a third done. Getting the spawning pool now. No gas yet, so nothing too cheesy this early in the game.
Nope, probably going to get a normal time to gas, which lead into that metabolic boost. I'd be surprised if he went gasless. It is something that you can do, especially if you get that fast third. It's just very difficult to hold that third against Reapers and Hellions.
Definitely, and I really would like to see some of these Zerg players up against the Terran players do like a 7-roach push or something like that. A lot of those work really well.
Yeah, they can definitely work really well. In fact, earlier on in this cast, I figured it was yesterday or today, someone brought the barracks on the low ground and had the tech lab on the outer. So if he did that 7 roach push that you're talking about, he would have gotten a free stim. So it can definitely do something.
We do have the Reaper approaching the base. He is going to see the normal hatcheries that's on the lower ground. The Reaper is just going to go straight in. There is no Queen out yet. The Queen is not even halfway done. Reaper is going to cause some trouble for these drones. I don't know if he's going to pull any of the drone trying to get away. See if he saves it. There it is. The Spore Crawler ends up going actually saves by a Extractor, just saving a lot of these. No kills so far, trying to kill off these Zerglings in this. Just a really annoying Reaper today.
Yeah, definitely doing some good scouting as well. Now, Yugioh with the return, good micro does save all of his drones, so very nice there. Sometimes you do see Zerg players keep that Spore Crawler that they make just because, Hellbats and drops in general are so good, but he doesn't. He cancels it. Very aware of what he's doing, not messing up anywhere.
Yeah,
nothing too much going on. Double Reaper though now.
Yeah, that's definitely annoying, but the Queen makes it a lot easier to deal with because then they can just shoot them. Actually, double Queens coming down. 2 Zerglings actually running towards the base. There's actually nothing back here, and the reactor is still being built. They're going to be able to sit here and tuck away. The Reapers are really far away from home. This could actually be bad if he manages to destroy that reactor.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to. At the very least, he'll repair it. There he goes, repairing it. So the good news is that he does not pick a command center, but due to the timing of the factory, I think he assumed there's a command center before that. And of course, if it was one base, it'd be very far along in the tech build, but it's not, obviously.
Yeah.
Overlord does get in here, sees both gases being taken, no armory. Oh, it's way over there, and the Overlord does not see it.
That's a very sneaky armory. Overlord, I'm surprised he wasn't going to sneak in a little farther. The CC is going to float on over. Reapers are back home, and Hellions are out now for some harassing. If we take a look at the front of the Zerg base, we just have a couple of Queens. No other tech really going on. Speedlings are almost out, though. Starport also being started, so it looks like we're going to go straight back into some more Hellbat drops.
Yep. What else is new, am I right? Rather, Mal's Illusion, though, he's pretty fond of Bio, but he's not getting Stim yet, so maybe he is going to try and go for that mech style on Neoplanet S, but that might also be a mistake because he's also getting a Marauder.
Definitely.
There he goes.
Getting Hellbat is like having one of those buttons that says that was easy and just hitting it repeatedly during the entire match.
I like that. That button, that was easy.
I need to draw a picture of a Hellbat with that button.
You do. Put it on Reddit. Instant karma. Well, I guess no more karma than my picture of me and my cat, but that's okay.
I'm sure someone will post it soon. We do have the Zerglings rushing up, though. These Hellions, 4 Hellions. Zerglings need to run away. That's going to be really dangerous. They do run into the center, however. I'm not sure why they're poking through there. These Hellions don't know where the Zerglings are at. The Reapers are with them. 5 Roaches are on the way, Stim and a Marauder. So not really pushing too hard. Just going to see what kind of harassment he can do. There's the queens. There's only 1 queen down here. This could actually be bad if he doesn't pull a second queen, and there is no connection in the creep, so that queen will be very slow.
Yes, it will. The roaches do pop out at a very opportune time. Some drones will go down to this task force, but the task force itself will die. The supply depot wall at the front of Mount Lucian is actually getting really, really low, but the Marine does back off. It's just 1 Marine took on all those lings. Saves the day, kind of, I guess.
That would be the scariest job of just having a building between 10 bloodthirsty creatures. We do have a pickup of the Hellbats actually flying around the natural. These roaches are staying around it. There is no spore crawler, so this could actually be dangerous if Yugioh isn't paying constant attention to that drop.
Yeah, really need to be on top of the Hellbats, you know, very much so at the beginning, but also throughout the entirety of this match, which is kind of annoying, not gonna lie. But a spine and a spore is a very good way to defend it, and as you can see, Mount Lucian sees it, just goes right on back, and he could always just bring those Hellbats back and do that same push that we saw last time.
Definitely. It looks like this medevac might fly around. The Overlord obviously sees this, and the creep spread is really just starting to explode here. It looks like he is trying to get to the third. Oh, the third's actually already building. That's great. The medevac, if it actually finds that third, that's a bit of a run for some of those units. He might actually be able to snipe that.
Yeah, he very much so could. The Hellbats aren't great at killing hatcheries, but if you're left alone long enough, they can definitely get it very, very low, leading for more opportunities in the mid-game to go ahead and kill it. Now, Yugioh did get this expansion kind of latently because he didn't want to have to deal with all 3 hatcheries while trying to defend against Hellbat drops, so I like it. It's still a good economy. He's up to 45 drones versus 37, so not the worst, not the best either, though.
It's funny, this hatch actually couldn't see it until he dropped. There goes the drop. I don't think there's going to be enough time now just because of how this health is. It looks like there's some Hellbats actually taking the Lings away from the front of Illusion's base. He tries to get it down. The Lings aren't going to do anything, but the Roaches, though, are going to be able to clean that up really easily.
Yeah, they just pick up and go on. Yugioh is getting a lair. Looks like he'll be getting just the Evo chambers right now, and a Spire. There we go. I was expecting the Spire to go down. Baneling's morphing, just I think specifically in case that attack does come once again, and he has an Overlord not quite in position. This Overseer might fly over it just in time. I think it's going to bypass him, though.
I knew there's a Viking. The Viking's actually been going around. It has 1 Overlord kill so far. So it looks like it's going to keep hunting. If you look at the attack path, it's actually flying through all the cliffs where it's the typical hiding spots for Overlords. There's actually an Overlord flying right here, though. It is under the Baneling army. The Viking actually might see this. Oh, the drop is going to run right into these. Oh, the Banelings are so close.
Yeah, I don't know if this attack will work out nearly as well as it did last time. In fact, I expect it will not. Attack does commence, however, right now. Not too many drones here to kill. Lots of Banelings coming in, but he drops on top of the Banelings. Almost gets the crucial kills there, but there's only Roaches left over, and those don't do too well against Marauders and Medevacs.
Definitely. It looks like neither one knows who's going to win this, though he realizes he has to pick up and pull what he can out of there, saving 4 Marauders. None of the Hellbats made it out of that mess. Currently in production, the Spire is about to pop. More Firebats. Ha! I'm going a little old school there. Hellbats are popping out and more medevacs to try to rebuild that army. 1-1 is on the way.
Yeah, only +1 Carapace is on the way for Yugioh. Usually, it's so common for a very long time to see double Evo over as Zerg, but he's just going for 1. Going to have a lot more gas for Banelings and Mutas, obviously. Not getting a +1 attack, so maybe he won't stay too long in Mutalisk. Of course, like we saw last game, he's very favorable of getting that quick hive, so these Mutas could just be simply for, light harassment, but mostly for killing off the Medevacs.
Definitely, and the creep spread continues. It's about halfway towards the Terran's base. Getting a little scary because with this, the Zerg is just really scary on creep. You never want to engage a full Zerg army, especially with Zerglings on their creep. We do have Zerglings just kind of dancing around at this third. Been a long time since that. There's the CC. I was about to say we need a third here just because it's going to start mining out really soon at this rate. We have 3 more barracks being built on the back of this. A lot of production buildings in Illusion's base, especially for only 13 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be going up to 8, so we're going to have a very powerful bio at least. Not going to have too many Widow Mines. He's not, so far he hasn't been that favorable in Widow Mines in any of the matchups that I've seen him, but, definitely going to add them in there. 1-1 is about to finish for Illusion. He could definitely try and do something with that. Also knows the mutas are out and is getting static G for that.
Yeah, the mutas are going to kind of poke at this, but there's enough Marines in here that the mutas do not want to get under that bio ball. And with the Hellbats actually at the front to soak up any damage, the Marines can focus on the Mutalisk while the Firebats, I know they're not Firebats, I wish they were Firebats. The Hellbats can soak up all the damage at the front.
Yep. Little counterattack of back-attack of Banelings does get scouted. No centrifugal hook. That is something that he waited a long time to get. So these Banelings are slow, but at least they are on creep. One Baneling does get hit by a Widow Mine. Not the worst thing we've ever seen. Engagement does go down here. Again, no centrifugal hooks. Just good splitting is all Illusion needs, and it's not the best, but he's mostly Marauders. But the mutas can just clean that up.
Yeah, the Terrans actually ahead just barely, though, and lost resources. The mutas are going to chase this all the way back. That's actually going to be a lot of losses. There's a lot of Marines here. The Widow Mines are going to burrow. Oh, the mutas have to be really careful. One hit goes off, but not at the... Oh, the Mutalisk being perfect, dodging all of those hits and letting the Roaches take the fall. This is starting to look really bad for Illusion if they can get in here and start destroying some of the workers.
Looks like that will not happen. He has enough production, of course, as we were saying previously, to go ahead and reinforce. So we barely pushes that off. I like that Yugioh tried to ride that wave as long as possible, though, with the lack of anti-air coming out from Illusion. Widow Mines are still here. I don't think he remembered that they're there, and he has no Overseer. Those could get all those Banelings.
That would be horrible. Oh, the Mutalisk. Oh, a lot of damage. There's a second one. Hopefully he knows about that. He's not moving them. I think he thinks it's the only one there. Is there an Overseer? There's the Overseer. That was a little scary.
Oh, this other one's gonna get him. Oh man, how can he know that though? Yeah, that was unfortunate. Luckily, it's not right before a big engagement or anything like that, so his Mutalisk will heal with that, increased regeneration they got in Heart of the Swarm. We'll want to start doing some aggression, it seems like. Rolling forward with now centrifugal hooks definitely help out.
Yeah, he's not sending any units forward to try to absorb Widow Mine hits, even though there are none burrowed. He definitely needs to remember that. The engagement is going down. The Roach are taking a lot of the bio. However, the Mutalisk are falling really quickly. Banelings do roll in through the bios, trying to back up. No real solid hooks. Oh, there's a couple in the back. Looks like he's actually going to start pushing this back toward the Illusion's base. Yeah,
and once again, Illusion is forced back to his natural to lift up the supply depot. There's a bunker at the third, going to try and save his third, and it will, actually. I expected him to try and push a little farther, but I guess I agree. It was mostly Roaches at that point, and Roaches just aren't that great in the mid-game unless they're heavily upgraded and accompanied by, Fungals or Hydralisk. Lots of Lings, lots more Banelings. He's definitely just going to keep applying the pressure. He's on 71 drones and almost on 4 bases. No, 4 bases, so he can definitely afford to keep doing this.
Yeah, and with Burrow almost done, we're going to see some landmines help. There's another small engagement, just kind of seeing who can win the battle. Neither one feeling confident to engage all the way. However, this base is getting overrun. He either has to engage or pull back and lose his third. He really can't lose his third at this point. He's pushing through. The Banelings not really getting any good hits. It's really even trading here between these two players.
Yeah, the nice thing about Yugioh's attack right there is just before Illusion's 2-2 has finished. It's about 10 seconds away, no, 20 seconds away from finishing. Definitely needs to want to wait for that. This Baneling might get a lot of SCV kills. Oh, does get quite a number there.
Total of 14 SCV kills so far. I don't know how many were from that Baneling. It looks like the Marines are going to stint and retreat out of there. A lot of them getting really squishy with their health. Roaches are coming in, taking 2 down. The Widow Mine's not really getting the kills they want. The Mutalisk still a pretty decent health.
Yeah, it's currently 155 to 93 supply, so Illusion definitely on the back foot. He hasn't lost too many SCVs. He's still at that point where definitely Terran can come back even from this type of position. However, Yugioh, he still hasn't gone up to Hive, which is something that I would have expected by now, considering how great his momentum is going. Just to go up in tech, at least his economy is fantastic behind it.
We do have 11 Banelings now in this army, and Burrow was researched earlier. I would love to see just 11 Banelings all in one spot and watching the bio army walk over and just watching a massacre. But we do have Widow Mines being smart this time, sending in Zerglings. A very good idea. There's the scan. He does see the Roach that's there. However, let's see if any of these Banelings were. No, they're going to run right in. The Marines know there's a little bit of splitting going on, but nothing too spectacular. They are running back instead of actually engaging. A couple of good hits and Marines going down. Just, there's nobody can get, a ledge to actually climb any higher in this match.
Yeah, really, I think what's going wrong here is that Illusion doesn't have too much splash. He went straight Marines after a while, even forgoing these 2 Tech Lab barracks. And the splash is really what you need against Ling Baneling. The Roaches can be dealt with just bio because they're not that great. but against Ling Baneling, you need a lot of splash and really start to trade in cost effectively because of that. Unfortunately, losing all his Widow Mines all the time, losing all his Medivacs all the time, and Marines are good, but they need to be back up when the Zerg player has such a good economy.
Yeah, with the army supply at 45 to 89, the supply is literally an 80 supply difference. Yugioh really needs to just push and do some harassment. I'm surprised he hasn't sent his Mutalisks in to actually try to do some harassment. This third base is pretty much non-existent, and he's almost completely mined out of his main base. Just literally about 200 minerals left in that, so he's going to be on one base soon against a 4-base Zerg.
Yeah, that is never a position you want to be in. You really need to start thinking about doing what he can to come back into this, but he's always being, just constantly attacked by Yugioh, so he can't really do anything, and there is a GG, so Yugioh ties it up 1-1.
Oh, so we get a third match out of this. I absolutely love third matches because I see some of the craziest builds when people know everything is on the line, especially in a loser's bracket when you know this is it. You win or you go home.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what both players have in store for Akalon Waste, which will be the next map, the final map. Definitely an interesting map to end on.
Definitely. We'll be right back, though, after a quick break. We'll get into this this third match.